who are already receptive to hear what the other person is saying. It's the ordinary people on the street that I'm afraid of. After the Sandy Hook shooting, well, after 9/11, I didn't leave my house for one whole week. I was so afraid that somebody might hurt me. Thankfully, nothing happened. After Sandy Hook shooting, during those days, my youngest daughter played soccer, and I used to take her to the park for her practice. After I would drop her at her practice, I would walk in the park. That day, I couldn't pull myself out of the car to go for a walk. I sat in the car for half an hour, and then I said, am I just going to sit here and not go out? For how long? How long am I going to stay afraid and not do it? I forced myself to leave the car. I went out, I walked, but I could not make eye contact with it. It was like I have done something. This is what the world is telling today, that every Muslim is a suspect. And the rhetoric, what you mentioned earlier, that's happening in the races today, even if Donald Trump doesn't win, the fear that he's instilling in normal people is going to be so high that even if he doesn't win, it will be very difficult to calm those people down. And a lot of incidents of hate are happening towards Muslims and towards the Sikh community. We don't hear it in the mainstream media, but I hear it all the time from my own resources. How many incidents have happened since this election cycle has started? The rating for Muslims have gone down 3 times since 9/11. One was during the time when we led up to the Iraq War, and during the 2 election cycles. The rating for Muslims don't go down when there is a election. Why? Because of all these people up high there, high above, are setting this tone. When they hear, when common public hear from Donald Trump and all these other people, that's what they hear and they understand. So we all have to make a conscious effort. Because if I talk at one of my Meet a Muslim events, I compared ISIS to KKK, and somebody got up and he said, there is no more KKK. I said, what are you talking about? And luckily, what's happening is that at my events, I have a lot of non-Muslim friends that are coming to support me, and they chime in. They would talk. They would say, no, what you're saying is wrong. And coming from them is much, much more powerful. Like, you guys say something because of your skin color, because of the way you perceive that you're not a Muslim. But if it comes from me, it's biased because I'm a Muslim. I'm biased towards my faith. So I'm saying things against other people. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that people do not remember or do not understand today. That what KKK is doing is exactly what ISIS is doing, taking things completely out of context. They are taking things based on their ideology of violence. No faith in this world teaches violence. Yes, there are verses in the Old Testament, in the New Testament, and in the Quran. If you just take that one verse that says, go and kill the infidels, let's for example, if you see that verse, you need to read the verse before and the verse after. The whole context. Why? Quran was revealed at a time when there was a lot of stuff going on in the world, in Arabia. There were wars that were fought, and some of the verses came during the war, during those times. Otherwise, Islam teaches us only to fight in defense. If you are attacked, then you go fight for your defense. But you don't initiate a fight. That's what Islam teaches us. So if I just take that verse out of context and there's verse above that talks about that the war is happening or whatever, you know, that's what these people are doing. That's what KKK is doing, taking things completely out of context. I don't expect my Christian friends to be coming out to apologize to me and say that, oh, I'm sorry that this KKK folks or whatever, white supremacists did something wrong. There have been several shootings that have happened that have been done by white supremacists. We don't ever hear about it. So I would request all of you, my friends, especially my non-Muslim friends, to consciously keep this in the forefront and talk to people, because you are an ambassador. What I will say is not going to be as powerful as what you all can say. And people who come to you don't come to us. People who are bigoted, who have bad feelings, they don't come to us. They might come to you as a religious leader or as a rabbi or whatever that may be. So with that, I will end my talk and we'll open up to question and answer. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Before I open the question and answer session, I want to invite two. One will be you, my daughter, the youngest member of the audience. Just come and give your take. What do you feel about it? Take 2 minutes. Come on in. And you don't want to say? No force, no compulsion. Very flat. And second would be my good friend here, Yakub Sahab. We both from Fiji. Just take 2 minutes to give your, what do you think about the forum, and then we'll open it for question and answer. You can pose questions to the phone.
Not prepared at all. But anyway, I have been to other interfaiths. I had an opportunity to come here today. These kind of forums, as everybody said, it needs to be done, which plays a very important role. As you can see on the board here, when it says La ikraha fi din, there is no compulsion in religion. Who made religion? After God has created all the living creatures in the world, from the smallest to the largest, the last thing He created was human beings. Then He gave us the brain to think. Every religion came, God has sent prophets to go and guide my people. And those prophets, they have not uttered a single word on their own. They have received these words from God, and they have passed it on to the people. So if a word comes from God, it will never be wrong. But it is the people who have misunderstood, or there's some who don't want to understand. They say that I'm in this religion. Everybody. There's no Muslim, or Christian, Hinduism, what? They will say that I'm of this religion. But okay, do you practice? Do you follow? So this is what the present situation is. As the sister said, Muslims. Whenever anything happens, they say Muslim. Remember, the Quran says the definition of Muslim is, I would say you are a Muslim too. Because Muslim is not a religion. Muslim means believer. Because you believe in your own God. Whoever is. Who does this? I do mine. But my religion is Islam. And God has created religion right from the beginning. And Islam happens to be the last religion. So we have no right to condemn any religion. Because I didn't make it, you didn't make it. It was from the God. So if you believe in God in any way, then you have to say that, okay, this came from religion. Only thing I'm supposed to be doing is meeting you as a brother and sister and telling you that, okay, I'm so and so. If you talk about religion, then this is what it is. I believe this, and you have believed this. Talk in a friendly manner, no arguments. Because the other thing Quran says the Quran says that thou shalt love the neighbor. I'm Islam, I'm a Muslim, you're not Muslim. So the Quran says this, I don't say it. So we have to really practice who we are, what we are. So these kind of forums is going to bring people together. We individually think of our own, talk and walk on the street and do things like that. It's okay, he's that, he's that. How are you going to bring the humanity together? This is what it is. So we need more people, we need more forums like this. Thank you very much.